Hmm. Okay. Hello, how's it going? Is my music going through the mic? Hang on, I gotta see something real quick. I'm just getting things set up. It's been a bit. I have finally gotten, for the most part, all my stuff established in my new house, and I'm going to be hopefully getting back onto a normal schedule, if not better. That's also something I'm really hoping for. Is I really want to get like a much more sizable amount of content going. Because I used to put out content on a way more regular basis, like pretty much daily. But then I kind of got slowed down for just kind of a bunch of real life stuff I had to deal with. But now things are looking better. Hello, Ashy. How's it going? Let's see. Lord Hendrickson. Remember when that bum Shiki promised us Black Kevin and we thought he uses gravity to make rain KFC? I definitely never said that. Disavow entirely. But I do remember you saying that. So that's at least something. Okay, the music isn't going through, so I just got to figure out how to get the music back going through my my computer, my whole setup. I think here, this might work. There we go. I think this worked. Oh, congrats on your move. Man, it was rough. It took so long, moving over days. I hate driving, and I had to drive like 2,400 miles. It sucked. It was awful over like 5 days. And like so over the since like Tuesday, I've tried to drive as little as humanly possible. Like, uh, I live near one of my brothers now, and he's like a half hour away. And even just driving a half hour, like hurts my soul right now. I'm trying to go as little places as possible. I'm near about a point where I don't have to order food. I try not to, because obviously just ordering shit stacks up expense wise. But it's nice to rest. I'm hoping though not to get so lazy that I get fat. Cause over the last few months I've lost a shit ton of weight. It's been really nice. Not in a good way. More of a stress thing. But I guess it's over now, so I can get back onto a better track. Tristan dual wielding, he's already better than Percival. I'm not a huge fan of his style. Let me pull up the chapter real quick because I I like dual wielding if there's like a cool symmetrical nature of the weapons in some way that they kind of that like there's something about them that kind of like them together make something kind of like how Urza's the one suit I don't remember if it has a name. I completely forgot. The rabbit one she used at one point to fight her mom where it has the two swords, or one is black and one is red, something like that. Or kind of like Varian from Warcraft. He's got the sword that breaks into two swords, and obviously they recombine into one sword. But like Tristan, it just seemed like his swords were just kind of plain. And I always like it when characters have unique weapons. So when like a character has a very bland looking weapon, it just instantly becomes a negative point for me. And I'm it's a very biased way to go about it, but that's just how I am. If a character has a boring weapon, I'm not as hype about him. Let me go to Tristan's weapon. I'm pretty sure they were just kind of like short swords, right? Just really straight short swords. Now one was black. He's probably just uses magic through it. Yeah, they're just short swords. There's nothing really special about them. Maybe that's something that he'll get later, and that's going to be one of the things for all of them. Because Lancelot doesn't seem like he's got really a special weapon. So maybe one of the things is none of them have sacred treasures yet. Because Percival has Ouroboros and the coffin dragon handle sword, but I don't know if either of those will fit the full criteria of something like a sacred treasure. But we'll see about that one. I was gonna do the chapter review. I was thinking about it still for 4 nights. Wait, oh, it's never Friday. I thought it was Saturday for some reason because I was like, I don't know if I want to do Eden Zero and 4 nights because of how close it is to the next chapter day. But it's only Friday, so I'll probably do those, and then I'll just do Doron and Ayashimana stuff during the next release on Sunday, and then get back on track with things since I got like the Fairy Tail chapter out. What's up, Rack? Sounds like you have a wonderful day. It's nice outside. It's very sunny. I've got most of my stuff in my new kind of like computer area set up, and like I need to put up like some posters and shit. I need to get my bookshelves and everything put back up. But I like my new area because it has like this nice kind of like ledging shelf thing on the window, so then my cats can just sleep there and do shit while I hang out. True, Shikai Ichigo dual wields 70 since Oblivion. That is true. He does dual wield, and he did because we saw him in the Hell chapter, and he had just his normal Shikai Zangetsu again. Bax Josuke bought his new PC. Can't wait. Wait, he already bought it? No, did he already buy it? I was gonna donate. I told him I'd donate $70 if he caught up with 100 Years Quest, and I don't know if he caught up or not. So I was just gonna wait like another day or two before he says anything, and then I was gonna check. Did he already do it? I'll have to pull it up. I had the window out just to figure out when he got caught up. Did he already close it? I hope not. No, it says it doesn't say closed. I was gonna donate soon, so I hope he doesn't. We can, hopefully get him some extra new stuff. What's up, bud? How's it going? Elsie took more L's than Yamcha, I swear. She keeps failing at Ziggy. She's not doing the best. I don't know why she fell for that. Like, she should know that, like, there's something wrong with Ziggy, and there's, like, regardless of the issues of, like, if he's in there or not, you should know that, like, he's too far gone. He's done too much bad stuff. You just need to you gotta at least make it so he can't fight back before you let your guard down. Like, even if you thought you were gonna win and it was a sure win, he's a machine. Like, you should know that he's fully capable unless you like destroy any way that he can operate, at least offensively. Let's see, Goober recently said in club outside that Ichigo can change dual wield Shikai as he wishes. Oh, that's good. I mean, I don't really know why. I don't know what benefit that is. It just seems kind of something extra. I don't get it. Current Asta current versus Natsu. Natsu still bodies the living shit out of Asta, especially like not only was it like already a sweep since Alvarez, but like after the Suzaku fight, it's not even close. Like Natsu just side swipes him. It's not even like he's just gonna flick the dude into the floor. The thing is, like, Lucifaru is strong for Black Clover, but like when you compare him to other verses, like he wouldn't even be that crazy in raw power wise in One Piece. But the fact he's obviously got the regen and that the black hole hacks, he should have it. I don't know why he wouldn't. I think it's fair to assume that he's got singularity. Whereas like when you put him in something like Fairy Tail that has big power and hacks and stuff, like he's not that powerful. And you already have instances of anti-magic in Fairy Tail. It's not that big of a deal. And then you have just the raw physical strength gap that comes into play. Asta would get crushed. I want Saintfire Nox to come and deal with Chronophage. I'm hoping that he, like, if he's not involved, like, what's the deal that Nox, is he going to be a good guy, or is it going to be, like, just a side, neutral one? I think it would be really cool if instead of an enemy, if Nox isn't going to be in this arc. If he is in this arc, that's fine. But otherwise, maybe have Nox used for another point in the story that is not, like, a focused arc. Like, imagine later we have, because after the Galactica, the only logical thing above them are the Heavenly Knights, the Dancing Sakura. Figure out if there's any of them left and what's going to go on with them. And you could have one of the, that last Galactica member be involved in one of those arcs, because you'd still be powerful enough to be an enemy. It just wouldn't be somebody for, maybe Shiki. Like, maybe you can have Homura or Wise fight Nox or something. Or something like that, or like Jin. It just would be something, put Shiki in a different spot. Because we do know that Shiki, 6 months prior, was close to equal with Elsie. So, he should easily be stronger now. Maybe not by a ton, but I think he should definitely be more powerful. I think that's safe to assume. And on top of that, we don't know how far Shiki has left until the end. I would say Shiki has at least one more big power-up. If I was a betting man, I'd say he probably has one kind of berserk, crazy, powerful form or a part he'll have, and then at least one more kind of his end series set. At least two. Because we don't know how far Eden Zero is going to go beyond this. Because it's there's not a ton that Mishima can really expand out to after this, because he doesn't seem to want Eden Zero to be as long as Fairy Tail. I know he wants to... after Rave Master, he wanted to make a really long series, and he was fine continuing Fairy Tail, and he had, ideas, obviously, to keep going, but he wanted to do more, and he already has an idea for a series after Eden Zero, so he probably wants to keep Eden Zero, around that 300 or so chapter area, and then go on to another series, and then do another series with that, and then, probably do something with Eden Zero similar to what he's doing with Fairy Tail. Maybe he'll do, an Eden Zero extra story or something, an additional bonus. And that's why again, this is just something for me. I don't want Eden Zero to get too crazy still with, space power levels, because if they contain it to, ships and stuff, but still, then they can progress the power levels normally. I know some people hype up the power levels when you look at, some of the feats, but then, people don't take in mind stuff like Grand Bell and Foresta and stuff are small. They're, island-sized planets. And that's still powerful, but I think it'd be better to scale it upwards at a way more gradual rate, similar to what he did with Fairy Tail and Eden Zero, and then keep the ships at the things and weapons that can destroy planets and cosmic things. That way, if Eden Zero he wants to do more, he can still keep going. Because if he gets too crazy by the end, then it's well, then he can't really do anything unless he wants to get into some weird cross-dimensional, not just traveling dimensions, but when you get to DC and Marvel, when they get into weird conceptual stuff, things like the Endless over in DC, when you have these weird beings that can always exist and not exist, when you get weird things outside of outside of conventional powers. I remember there was one comic I read near the end when I stopped kind of reading comics. It was I think it was Justice League Dark, and they were fighting somebody who could collapse the panels of the comic, and I was that's when you get to too crazy. I mean, if Mishima wants to, then I guess he could, but I mean at the same time, it's how long can you make absurd levels like that really last in a story? But we'll see. I'm definitely want to see where it goes, because I'm hyped for the current whole setup with Aknoella and Crow. The Ziggy stuff obviously I want to see, but I don't expect Ziggy to die here, so my focus is more on the other two, on the two Galactica members that are there. Just because I feel they will get at least one of them will get their full arc. Maybe Crow, maybe he'll be the one to die here, maybe it'll be Aknoella, maybe Aknoella will be for later. There's a lot of intriguing parts with those characters that I want to see, because I don't expect them I don't expect either of them to be long running as Ziggy, whereas Ziggy logically, at least right now, is the end series villain, unless she wants to go beyond it with anything else. We don't know. Who's your favorite Black Dragon Slayer Knight? And for me, it's Suzaku. I mean, they're all really cool. Kieran is really cool as well. I mean, we'll see if it's still Suzaku after we get more about Kieran, but Suzaku definitely is the most interesting. And I already said that he's the best 100 Years Quest like new character. He's got like pretty much everything so far. Great fights. He's funny. He's got like a really good personality. He's got a really cool design. He's got a badass sword. He's a fucking dragon slayer. Like he's just cool in general. Toon Force is very broken. So Luffy doesn't have actual Toon Force. I just saw that some people were talking about that. Let me get back to some of this real quick and then I'll get to it. More Devil Slayers in the future? I hope so. I really would like to get some more. Ichigo versus Natsu. I definitely say Natsu. Do you agree with Mid-Credible that 5-4 Truasta beats Happy and Plue back to back in a 1v1? I mean, he should. The thing is, he can like definitely take down Happy. Like Happy has durability, but like I don't know what Happy's best magic negation. Like Happy just has a durable body, but I feel like if Asta, I don't know, because like Happy is a durable little fucker, and I don't think Happy can beat Asta, because it's like, what is he gonna do? Like Asta can cancel his magic, but like Happy is actually really durable. But like I don't know how much of Happy's durability, like I don't know how much of Happy's durability is his durability, and how much is because he's a mascot character. And mascot characters are fucking invincible. I never assume a mascot character is going to die, unless it's like some really sad kind of like ending to a part of the story. Like a mascot character just never seems to die. Sometimes they do, but like that's like one of the most rarest things you can have killed off in a story. But with that, I will say like Plue though. I don't think he can kill Plue. Like, if we're talking about Rave Master Plue, he cannot kill Plue, and that's a fact. And I will argue with Quan, and I will ask him if he thinks that Asta's level with his anti-magic is more powerful than Overdrive, because Plue tanked Overdrive. And that's a fact. Plue is absurdly durable. Luffy now has Toon Force, so he doesn't really have Toon Force, at least from what's been shown so far. He does fight a little bit more goofy, but he doesn't seem to have like actual Toon Force. He has seem to have like a soft kind of goofy version to it. Well, my assumption, and this is at least based off of what I feel like is the logical way that it's gonna go. He's gonna have a grounded enough version that he's not gonna be a gag character, because obviously it's got to keep One Piece an actual story, and not Luffy now can just beat everybody because Toon Force. Because actual Toon Force is like if Kaido turned Luffy into dust and then there was just eyes and he reformed, and then Luffy like reached out and grabbed the moon, and even from like not even actually like fully reaching into space, just reaching up like a cartoon and grabbing the moon, and then it pulls down but it's just a rock and smashes into Kaido. If he starts doing stuff like that, or like I don't know, eats Kaido's attack and then blows it out, and it turns into bubbles or something, I'd be like, yeah, this is too ridiculous. At least as of right now, he just seems to his body just seems to kind of like morph kind of cartoonish, but for the most part it's like through the stages of Luffy's gears and not as mega cartoony. He's not like the Mask where Luffy is just reaching into his pocket and pulling out 30 machine guns. That's not happening, at least right now. I don't know, so we'll see about that. If Luffy gets actual Toon Force, then he's just a gag character. Like, you can't have a serious character with Toon Force. Like, that's a gag character, because the whole point of Toon Force is you become such a goofy character that you can't really die because you break stories. Because that's like the whole thing, in is it fifth dimensional in DC, fifth dimensional beings, like Mixie Pitalik or whatever his name is. Remember Tempest? I don't know anything about the Slime Man. Watch Luffy break the fourth wall. I don't want that at all. Fourth wall breaking, like, you have to be careful with fourth wall breaking, because like I said, if Luffy gets too ridiculous, I'm not a fan of when characters get too meta. In a serious story, in a goofy story, sure, or something that established with like there's like a meta thing going on, but like 1,000+ chapters in, unless it's done as like like an off joke, but like I don't like it in a serious situation. If there's something kind of goofy, I think a good example is like when Raya asked the audience the question back when he was disguised as one of the captains. That's an example of like a little bit of fourth wall breaking I'm alright with, but like that's like the limit. I'm not a fan of when things get too meta breaking. Like I don't even like I love debating like verses, like fictional versus stuff, but like when characters get too meta, it's just not fun because it's like, well, no, you can't beat him. No character, like you can take Goku at like the craziest Goku fan and put him against Bugs Bunny. You're not gonna win. Like Bugs Bunny is just gonna win, or like Mickey Mouse, like they because they can just do whatever they want to. Like that's just like the brokenness of Toon Force. That's why Toon Force is like one of the most crazy powers ever. But again, I don't think it'll be that for Luffy because I think that would ruin a lot of the story because that would take tension away for the rest of the story. Blackbeard, Akainu, none of them are threat, and because Luffy would be invincible. But I don't think that's gonna be how it is. I think it's just gonna be kind of like how Luffy fights. He's gonna be a little cartoony because like it says that like he can fight any way he want. Like, but I don't think he's just gonna be like morphing his body like if somebody shot like if somebody shot poison at or like acid at him, if he became something completely like turn his body into glass or something. Does acid melt glass? I don't know. Somebody knows. Well, you know what I mean though, but whatever. Something that something that automatically counters the other thing. I can't use lightning and rubber because Luffy already has that. But Luffy made the face Looney Tunes characters make. Yeah, I got that. Little feats are pretty ordinary. Islam, I know, and like religious stuff, yeah, and like religious stuff, they do crazy feats all the time. I mean, like look at Moses, like Moses separating the ocean, like that's insane. In OG Dragon Ball, the narrator said he's scared of Ozaru Goku, and there were panels of Goku broke and jumped to other one. I've seen stuff like that. Those ones are about as well, like right where I like them, where it's not too ridiculous. Like there's a part where I think it's like Goku deflects an attack and it breaks part of the lining of the panel. I like that. Like that's fun, and especially because like I really like when mangaka do fun stuff like that with panels. Like you would have to be really careful in how you do stuff like that though, and especially like if done in a goofy way, that's fine, like as a gag. But like in a fight, I don't want that to happen because again, that in a goofy way, it's like yeah, it's part of the comedy. But in like a serious situation, why would you want to have like a big tension breaker like that? I want to have like the actual like I want the tension to be there and to keep things kind of wild. Let's see real quick. What time is it? I was just trying to remember what time it was for me. I can still get used to the new time zone. So nothing like Gintama or Bobo Bobo. I tried watching Gintama. I might watch Bobo Bobo again one day. I know that there's a Yu-Gi-Oh references in there, so maybe I'll like it. I've seen some of the jokes. I don't know what it is with Gintama. I'm just not a fan. Do you think the 100 Years Quest anime will come out this year? I'm hoping so. I don't know though if we'll get it till maybe late this year, early next year. Like it's gonna probably be a bit until we actually get like a more deep showing of even what we're gonna see with the series. Gintama's peak. I know some people like Gintama. I feel like if you like the Gintama style, you will love Gintama. But if you just don't really like it, it's just not for you. But like if you are like into that kind of series, like Gintama is like that series for that perfect style. Let's see what else is going on. Why did the girl say mention Luffy Devil Fruit before and now? The only thing I wonder is like why wasn't Luffy then like way more of a target? That's the thing that I've always not been sure about when it comes to One Piece. And I feel like I need to talk to somebody who really knows One Piece. Because I feel like with all the things related to Luffy, why hasn't he been like a priority for the government, kind of like Nico Robin? Like why are they not trying really hard to go after, getting Luffy captured? He's the son of Dragon. He's related to Garp. He's got, one of the craziest fruit they've been apparently after. He's done all this stuff to be very, infamous and known. So I've just never understood why they weren't just targeting Luffy way more. Why was Luffy not way more of an issue? It'd be like to me, it'd be like the equivalent if the government, like the whole council and everybody in the kingdom knew about E&D and everything, like they knew all the stuff about Natsu and stuff, everything in his past, and then just left him alone. I'd be like, why? What are you guys doing? What's the problem? Why are you guys not going after this guy? So that's the thing to me that I've never really understood. Why have they stood by and just let Luffy go about his stuff if it's this much of a problem? And on top of that, like, the fact Garp is connected to them, how is Garp not like into like more of a questionable position considering that's his grandson and everything? Like there's so much about that one thing in their whole hierarchy. Is it just like, are they just incompetent? Is it just something that kind of like you have to ignore? Like, is it a soft retcon? I don't know. Ultra was the strongest mage in the East. She wasn't. Who would win, Kagura or Ultra? Oh, Ultra would wash Kagura. Like, that's not a fight. Ultra would dust her sword and then just ice make her and beat her. Let's see, though. Shanks recently met with them. I bet he's the one who told them about Nika. No, there's no way they wouldn't have already known, because they said that they've been trying for 800 years. There's like 300 chapters left in One Piece, so and answered in a satisfying way. I don't know. Like, I'm fine with waiting for like pretty much anything in One Piece, but the only thing that I don't know is why haven't they been after Luffy? Like, why haven't they like not prioritized this devil fruit as like something they really need to keep their eyes on? Like if they knew, like, this fruit, got out there and, was not in their possession, why would they not be trying to find somebody who has the properties of said fruit and then go locate them? Like, so they should be like, oh yeah, always look out for somebody with, a rubber-like body. And then immediately send, like, a Kainu after him. Don't send somebody that's just gonna, let him go or screw around. Go with somebody that's actually going to bring them back. I've never gotten that. That's the only thing that I'm really kind of questioning about it. Do you want Selena to survive this arc? And do you think do you think this is it for her after this arc? I kind of think Selena will be in one more arc. I feel like the Ellen tier was an opener. This is like her mid kind of like sitting arc. That's why she's not as active, and she's mostly been watching. But also she's gonna get her fight with Ignia. But I think after this, it's going to be like the arc where she is defeated. Because the thing is, like, the 100 Years quest is, like, it's not really like the Elentier arc and the Elmina arc and the Drasil arc. It's all part of a saga. Like, it's just chunks of the larger story that's going on. But thank you for the $5 super chat, Jason. Much appreciated. One Piece won't end until at least 2030. That'll be crazy. What is that? 2030? That's like what? How many chapters is that? Like what? Like 350? I mean, maybe you might be right then. Actually, it might be what? Like it might be 400. Kind of wish sometimes we sometimes flash to what the guilds are doing under Quest. I mean, that's something that we only really could see in either extra stuff in a volume, like if we got like an extra chapter and we're peered over, or in like the in-between, like transitionary chapters in between parts in the arcs, or I guess parts in the saga. Because I mean, really, like, it's nice to like, oh cool, Ichiya, and like what are the members of Sabretooth doing? What's going on with Kagura? Man, I sure do wonder what Leon's up to. Like, I like seeing characters for brief periods of time, but it's like also, we need to keep to like the relevant story. It's neat to see them, but if they're not doing anything really like important, it's like, what are we gonna? We're gonna go watch, Miliana shop. It's like cool. Like I can see like I enjoy seeing like, oh, Miliana went and got herself a pet tiger or something. But it's like I don't need an entire 15 pages of that on the side when we're in the 100 Years quest. This is 100 Years quest, not side character day. Save it for side chapters. I hope she's done this arc. I doubt that. What's up, Guillotine? How are you? It's been easy to forget there's still a dragon god other than Iggy and Selene out there. Yeah, Viernes, we'll get to him eventually, but like Viernes was set up as extra mysterious because Mercphobia said that he's never even met him. He doesn't even know anything about him. So he's obviously going to be a big extra question mark amongst the rest of them. My question though is, if he's never met him, like who has? Because like how do they know his name? How do they know he exists? Maybe it'll be Selene that knows. Is that I think Selene logically would be the one to know, but who knows? Natsu versus Luffy. Natsu still claps Luffy. Like there's just a huge power gap now. Like besides even comparing, like looking at their like Luffy's like new forms of haki, he just got awakening and stuff. But like just looking at the huge gaps that are now existent between the two of them, like Natsu's just gonna body him. Like when you see like Natsu and the Suzaku Selene area of people, well, human Selene, and you see what that kind of like level of character is capable of, he's just gonna destroy him. Like Luffy's like level of power when you really look at like his stats and capabilities and feats and stuff is like the same level of power for Natsu that he'd be at like Lightning Flame Dragon mode. And then he'd be, then he's also got Fire Dragon King mode, and then he's also got Dragon Force. And now he's got like this modified defensive version of Dragon Force, so he's gonna be even more powerful. I dreamed back in 2012 where Lucy opened a bakery and Jalal was a cop. Oh, that's like a reverse situation of the spin-off of the, what is it, City Hero, because Jalal owns like a cafe or works at a cafe, and Lucy's a cop. Natsu and Co. Don't need to kill Selene if Ignia does it. He's not gonna do it. Like this. That's not. I think that's too early. Because like there's still stuff we need to know about Selene and see where her character is really gonna go after this. I don't think One Piece will ever reach the current Fairy Tail power levels. I mean it's a possibility. We'll see. We don't really know because like we haven't really seen like. I guess like some of the biggest stuff we've seen, obviously some of these people, but when it comes to like maybe like stuff like the super weapons, we'll see really about like maybe stuff with that. What is it? We've seen Neptune. We haven't seen what is it? Jupiter and Uranus? Is that the other two or no? Pluto. Yeah, Pluto. Is that the ship? I think because there's 3 of them, right? I don't entirely remember. Yuta or Yuji? I mean, I like Yuta way more. I know that's obviously the more mainstream thing for that question probably, but like I just like Yuta way more. Yuji's fine with me, but actually I will say that Yuta, besides Rika, I don't think Yuta's fighting style is that interesting. Copying somebody else's domain is like, or copying other people's abilities rather, is like one of the most boring powers depending on what character they are, at least in my opinion. I think for like when you look at say August or Raya, I think that's about like the right amount of character spot that I think somebody like that should be. I'm just not a huge fan of when a character you're gonna see a lot, especially a protagonist, is gonna have a power like that, just because it's not that exciting. It's not that unique. Whereas like I like seeing on bad guys who can kind of do it in their own way, kind of work around that ability. I don't know. It doesn't make me dislike Yuta, but like it just makes. I wish his powers were cooler. It's still fine though. I need to read the new chapter still. I'll probably do it after the stream. The Wano arc probably won't end until the end of the year. It should be soon. It said, at least in the editor notes at the end of the chapter, it said that this was about to be the climax. So I think maybe like a chapter or 2 left in the fight, and then a couple chapters closing out probably over the next couple weeks. Shimon sold 19k for the first volume. That isn't terrible. Hopefully it keeps alive. That's actually fair. That like 20k might keep it alive. We'll see. Like that's not one that I'd look at go like if it was under 10 I'd say but 20 is pretty good. It's all right. We'll see. I want to see what Doron, where that kind of gets to. What's up there, Splash? Oh, I thought I heard someone yelling, but I think my girlfriend's watching TV or something. What about Billy from Undead Luck? Is he boring? No, I like Billy. Billy's cool. Billy does it in a way that I really like because he's limited in how many powers he can have, but he does it in a way that is like he does it in a way that keeps his moveset really cool because some of them he just keeps for like crowd control and kind of just like weird kind of like abilities to mess with your opponent, not like anything kind of just like short range hacks or anything kind of dangerous, but also like really good offensive and defensive abilities. I like how he does it because he does it like he's like, hey, build the team power just for you, but figure out what you want. And he's just like, all right, cool. And he goes around just kind of picking what he wants, the best kind of combo to make sense. Whereas like usually characters who copy people's abilities, they have a limit, but their limit doesn't work out like their limit is part of their strategy. It's usually just something that is a limit, but it's never something as emphasized in a structural way, which I still like. I think it's really cool in the way that Billy did it. Well, Black Clover's not mid. I don't agree with that. Black Clover's still one of my favorite Shonen Jump series. There's just a power level gap, like a really ridiculous one when you look at like where both verses are. Are you current in My Hero right now? Yeah, no, I haven't read the new chapter. I'll read the new chapter after this, and then I will probably, I'll get back to you at a different point. But we'll see. But yeah, I mostly just wanted to do a short stream. I plan on doing a longer stream probably next time there's a chapter. I'll probably get it all set up before then because I do need to take a short trip, but it'll only be a few days. It'll be like 2 or 3 days at some point, maybe like 4. But I'll have like videos all prepped up before then, so it won't be a problem. I like to see Ziggy fight a lot. I like to see more of it too, because like his fight is interesting, but it's like it wasn't been too crazy. But anyway, yeah, I just wanted to do a short stream today, just kind of pop in, see what's going on, and get ready for, hopefully, like I said, a more frequent setup. After this, I'll probably do my 100 Years Quest 105 review or predictions rather, and then probably work on Eden Zero and 4 Nights, and then we'll see just like if I can grind out some more videos, because I've got a bunch that I have planned. There's some things I really want to talk about and see where some new theories I can put out on the channel, and maybe even branch out into other ones. And especially if Doron ends up if it ends up surviving and doesn't get axed, I definitely want to do content in that series because I like that one so far. Maybe Ayashiman. I like that one as well. I like Doron a little bit more than Ayashiman, but I think they're both interesting. So we'll see where those both go. Anyway, the weird elements. Yeah, the new Dragoneers off weird ways. A new ability. Luffy just needs the speed blitz on. Well, that's not happening. Like, you think he's gonna speed blitz after he's fighting Suzaku and